All right, everyone, here we go with Schrödinger's Caturday, the April edition. Hold on, is my mic there? There we go. All right, take two. I won't edit that out. Here we go with Schrödinger's Caturday, the April edition. Is your April going to be a live cat or a dead cat? The month of April. Again, I'm not a Time Lord. It'll bleed, energies bleed around and bleed in. And, it'll bleed into May a little bit, but, you know, what kind of April we're going to have? We got the Schrödinger's cat quarter. I'm going to give you two animals. You're going to pick an animal. The quarter decides which animal goes in which card. All right? So all you're picking is an animal. I'm going to shuffle the deck. Let's see where we go. Let's see what kind of April you're going to have. April's a powerful month. It is. It's a crossroads. What you going to do? Where are we going? We're deciding long-term things in our lives, in the world, all of it. Where are we going to go? Is what it is. You can make, whether it applies out in the world or in your life, you can make short-term changes that'll fix things in the moment, but fuck you later down the road, right? We have to be careful of that. You have to take the long view. It's very important in your life, in the soulmate cycle, in particular right now, that you take the long view. Or do you want to, is it more important to you to attract a new soulmate, somebody of some quality? Or do we still want to work on that runner? Do we still want to have them come in and fix things and then move things along? So it's a little like car ownership, right? If you got a car that you're spending $1,000 a month at the mechanic to have fixed, do you want that? Or is it better spent to get something where the car payment's a couple of hundred, you know? Get you a Yaris or something like that, something that'll start every morning, you know? I mean, I don't know. You do what you want to do. Right? Most people, which I say don't be like, take the short view. Most people take the short-term gain, fuck the future. That's what most people do. It's a dopamine response. Unfortunately, you do too many of those and you know, as I like to say, fuck yourself clean up the ass. All right, let's see where we go here. Two cards face down. There's one and there's two. Watch them both. No timestamps here. I didn't all of a sudden have a dumbass attack and forget how energy works. Everything is energy and everything is connected. The Buddhists got it right. Scientists have figured it out. 69 to 71% of our universe is dark energy, they call it, which is a web. Connects everything to it. So we're all connected. Everybody's connected to everybody, everything, like a big electrical circuit. All right? So keep that in mind. I'll pull a bridging energy at the end here. Okay? I'm confining this to the soulmate cycle. All right, so keep that in mind. So it's probably in relation to a soulmate or something along those lines, or how you grow within the cycle. All right, let me give you two animals. Let's do it. Okay, these are fairly close, but they're not the same thing. All right, a crow or a raven? Which are you? A crow or a raven? You got 2 seconds to pick. 1, 2. That's it. Should have picked. Crow is heads. Raven is tails. All right, you ready? This is Flem the Parrot's favorite part. He's already leaning forward. You know what's coming. Yep, bobbing his head up and down. He likes it. He likes the throw. All right? It is heads. So this is crow and this is raven. Crow and raven. All right. We're going to put the Schrödinger's cat quarter in the safe place, right? It's on top of my John McEnroe wristband, right? Branded wristband. I mean, I don't know. It just is. It's still in the packaging. I didn't use it. Anyway, let's see where we're at. Crows. Is it a live cat or a dead cat? All right. You know, obviously pay attention to the animal you picked. It's the Queen of Swords. That's a live cat, motherfucker. Right? Pay attention to the animal you picked. But also the other one could be future influence or some sort of, you know, advice for you in a way. Crows, you got a live cat. We're going to clarify with the witches. Strength at the bottom. A lot of passion this month. Be careful. You got a lot of energy in April and a lot of passion in April. Be careful it doesn't get away with you, right? You want to be a 500 horsepower person driving a 500 horsepower car. Not a 100 horsepower person driving a 500 horsepower car. All right. Or like most of the people I see, you knock out power for the neighborhood once a month. Either that or those chargers just love telephone poles. I have no idea. Maybe they just attract telephone pole. I don't know. All right, here we go. Light poles, as they're called in places. All right, here we go. Queen of Swords. Crows. All right, here we go. The crows are a little defensive this time of year up here, folks. Be careful. The babies are about to hit the ground in another couple of weeks. They get a little territorial if you get close. So if you see a crow chasing you, yelling and screaming at you while you're on a walk or something, you're probably close to one of the youngsters on the ground. You might want to keep walking and get a little pissy. All right? And don't pick it up if you find it. It's fine. That's how they do. They knock them out of the desk, or out of the desk, out of the nest. They land on the ground, and then they feed them on the ground. All right? And then eventually they start flying and fly up. So many people at the wildlife place, they get rescues. Oh, I found this crow. Oh, well, fucking put it back, asshole. All right? Here we go. Page of Cups at the bottom. This is crossed by a Page of Cups. You have probably a new love or a new lease on life coming in this month. Okay? Also, maybe someone apologizes to you, or maybe you owe somebody an apology. I got to give it to you all those ways because there's more than one person watching. Again, what did I say? I said, be careful, right? I said, watch out, because you've got an Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. That applies to each of these, so they're both pretty good, even if one of them's a dead cat. I wouldn't normally look, but for a monthly reading, I wanted to see what was at the bottom there. If you're giving an apology, the Strength card with the Queen of Swords can be a bit of a much. Okay, can we just tell you to tone it back a little bit? If somebody's approaching you, asking you out, then again, you can be a bit of a much. You've got a lot of energy. Your energy is high, and explosive. So, be cool. What's on top here? Three of Pentacles. Yeah. What's the middle? Seven of Cups. You got a lot of options coming with love. A lot. You're going to have to make some cuts. You're going to have to decide who you get into partnerships with, what route you take, what job you take, what person you go with, what apology you accept, what apology you give. And obviously the opposite of all of that as well. Who's got to go, right? And who's going to get a no, right? There you go. What's red with the Three of Pentacles? The Four of Swords. This is a tremendous month for you of following your intuition. This card means a lot of things. It's like the Seven of Wands. It's got a lot of meanings. This is healing. It's a void. In this case here, it's shutting down the brain and following your intuition. And what did we talk about in a recent reading? Right, especially the extended for I believe it was Venus and Taurus. And Venus and Taurus is a strong energy throughout the month of April. This is nice. It's a live cat. I believe you've got some new love, but you're going to have to say goodbye to some. You're going to be saying hello to some things and goodbye to other things. Try not to be too harsh in either direction. Yeah, I'll go out with you. Right? You're not a fucking pro wrestler. Calm the fuck down. Unless you are watching me, in which case, okay, tone the act back. But, yeah, I'll go out with you. Sure. Come on, let's go. Right? Chill out. Right? And same applies to telling someone to get the fuck out of your life as well. I believe a lot of options come your way. And with each thing you say goodbye to, new options show up. It's nice. You even out quite a bit in this month. You give up 8 broken cups, you get 9 back. You actually come out a little ahead. All right? That's nice. Good. Live cat. It's terrific. All right. Ravens. All right. All right. Same applies about the youngsters over here. All right. Any bird in that family tends to do that. Jays do it too, some of them. Okay? Keep that in mind. You're not finding a stranded baby bird. You're fucking up his life. So leave him alone. I say that because my friend works for Fish and Game, and every year, oh my God, they get so many people. Oh my God, help him! Good Lord, he's fine. Oh, all right. Page of Wands is good though. It's nice to see the good Samaritans, right? But it's a little bit of a ne'er-do-well situation. Ravens, Page of Wands, live cat. Well, we knew. Anyway, we already knew, spoiler alert, with the Ace of Pentacles that I looked at. I figured they'd both be live cats. Let's clarify it. I don't have the same message for you. This is more of a... Well, I wanted to call it naive, but I don't. I want to say... I talked about this in a recent reading, a sort of a Pollyanna energy that's around. I may have even suggested, if you don't know what that means, look it up, kind of a thing. You're sort of, because the energies are connected here for sure, everything is connected. You're sort of, this is an energy here where it's a little pro wrestler, aggressive, okay, fine, going out with me apparently is a title match, or a cage match or something. But over here, It's more a case of, how do I put it? I don't know how to put it. I don't want to say naive. I don't want to. It's not naive. You might come across a little goofy, a little nonchalant. Be careful about that. That same amount of passion goes into the inner child a little too much. Okay? And I don't like saying inner child, but I will here. Why is the Page of Wands here? Give me some help here, universe. Give me some help. The Death card. There's a lot of newness. This is new adventures a lot of times, right? It's a live cat. There's a lot of newness coming your way. Your reaction to it is like a wide-eyed child, right? You're ready for the fun. You're ready for it. Steve, things have been boring as fuck. I've been locked in a basement in Manitoba. I'm fucking done with this shit. I can finally come out. The flowers are blooming, right? Right? The polar bears have moved further north, so I'm less likely to get eaten. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. What's on top here? The Seven Swords. Again, I wanted to use the word naive. I said be careful. All right, and center card, the Lovers. And what's red with the Seven of Swords? Let's just pull it out. Six of Pentacles. And be careful what you give to. It's so new, you don't know what to make of it, so you just automatically make the decision, well, I'm just going to go for it. You have this energy around you where you feel like, much like a 12-year-old boy. There's a reason 12 and 13-year-old boys show up at school all the time with casts on, okay? Because they believe they can do anything. They believe they're invincible. I can do that. I can jump that ravine. That's no problem. My bike is a BMX, right? I can jump. So many kids took their BMX bike and trashed it. I remember. You think you can do anything. You think you can handle this. It's brand new. The energies around you are like nothing you've dealt with before. I want you to be a little more careful. I don't want you to lie to yourself, okay? I want you to I'm glad the inner child is here. I am. I like that. You seem like you'd be a lot of fun to hang out with. Hell, I'm in. Right, this person over here scared the crap out of me. I think they're going to try and take the title away from me or something. To you over here, this seems like fun. We may end up in the emergency room, but we're going to have some fun, right? But I want you to also let that inner parent come out a little bit, okay? If you can do that, you'll be fine. But your intent is you're going all in, and be careful about that. There's a Seven of Swords there. There's some things, there's some pitfalls because it's something brand new that you're unaware of. Just be aware of that. Parents are aware of that. Children, this childlike energy is not, right? Okay. Which is why if your mom and dad are there when you're about to jump the ravine in your BMX bike, they might have other ideas. Have you considered how fast you need to go? Have you calculated the angle of the ramp? You're never going to get across. It's not a high enough angle. Kids don't think about that. Right? They just don't. All right, here we go. Get you some Kaiser Permanente. Right? Real fucking fast. All right, here we go. Blue Cross. Right here. What's the bridging energy between the Queen of Swords and the Page of Wands? I like it. All right, let's see where we go. Come on. Where do we go here? Bridging energy. What's in common? So I got two live cats. I don't have any problems here. The worst that happens over here is you didn't see some things you should have seen, and you end up maybe in the ER, or you end up hurting somebody's feelings. Maybe, it's possible. You overgive, you end up broke. That's possible too, right? Over here, calm the fuck down. Calm the motherfuck down, sport. A lot of passion, too much passion. You're going to have to corral it a little bit, all right? I would, if I were you, you want a tip? I would imagine that. Whether it's a boy, you want to imagine a boy or a girl, I don't really care. The little Page of Cups, this picture is perfect. Imagine you're that, all right? This side over here needs to imagine they're the parent, right? A grown-up. This side over here needs to imagine they're a kid to tone it back. This side over here needs a little of this, and this side over here needs a little of that. See what I'm saying? Everything is fucking connected. Oh my God. Three of Cups. Everybody here is exuberant. Everybody here is happy. It's a good month. It's celebration energy around the Three of Cups. The emotions are running hot. Yeah. This side needs a little of this. This side needs a little of that. This side is a bit of overkill. The crows wouldn't jump the ravine on the BMX bike. They'd throw some dynamite in it and blow it up and then have it cave in and just ride across, right? Okay, a bit much, a little illegal, Okay, can we just say even in southern states where they sell fireworks, a little illegal. Okay, over here, this side over here might be just, again, I don't want to use the word naive, but I have to. Yeah, I'm all in. Sure, there. I'll buy that. Okay, cool. Okay, calm the fuck down. All right, bridging energy between 3 pentacles and 7 swords. This ought to be good. All right. Why is it here? For me, if I were watching this reading, the bridging energies are what matter. These are the ones that crack me up. I like it. You're both like crazy emotional here. I love it. But it fails on each side if it's too much of an extreme. I don't want any of my viewers in the ER. They're not going to let you watch me there. All right, they won't. All right, here we go. You got to spend time in the hospital. They're not going to let you watch me. You're going to have to share a room with somebody. They're not going to want to watch Steve's Love Tarot. They're going to want to watch their stories or something. They're going to have, or Food Network or some shit. Oh, I just love that Bobby Flay. Fuck off. Right? Here we go. Steve Love Tarot is on. Right? He's better than Bobby Flay. Fuck. Here we go. Anyway, three of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. I don't even think he's on Food Network anymore. I don't know. Maybe he is. I haven't watched that damn thing in a while. It's turned into a game show network. I don't even... Where are the fucking cooking shows? Where'd they go? You know? It's all fucking game shows and shit. Thing. Anyway. Ace of Cups. I don't know. I keep saying, I don't know. It's crossed by... I can look at the bottom to get help. It's crossed by the most love I can pull. Too much passion. All right? Too much passion. Too much play. We went dancing, dancing, dancing across the USA. It's the ending song of the movie Vacation, the original movie, but it kind of fits here. Too much passion, too much play. Be careful. Keep it in check. There's a lot of flowing energy here. This is amping up that. All right. Okay, now this is about making choices. You need your inner parent to make better choices. Okay? All right. Ask the universe for help before you make any decisions if you're a raven. Okay? 7 of Cups and the... Lovers. Over here, you're opening up to so many options. But you're fucking scary. All right, I'm just going to say it. A little bit. All right, you need to channel this little girl here. Whether you're male or female, I don't care. All right. Let's see where we're at. Come on now. 7 Cups and the Lovers. This ought to be interesting. I don't know I can't even imagine what the bridging energy is here. Oh, yeah. Again, too much passion, too much play. It just keeps coming up. Before you... Look, this will get away from you. This applies to both of you. This will get away from you. You got to control this. Over here, ask mommy. Ask the universe. Right? Am I being crazy? You know, over here, before you blow up the ravine, you know, chill out a little bit. Consider, over here, you're better poised to consider the consequences of your actions. I talked at the beginning of this reading about short-term gain. Right? That dopamine release of, I don't care what happens in the future. I just want right now. It's the logic behind smokers. Right? Speaking as an ex-smoker, I can tell you, we don't care. That's why if you come up to a smoker who's smoking cigarettes and try to tell them, you know those are bad for you, you're likely to get a middle finger or a punch in the mouth. Because they don't care in that moment. Their body's releasing massive amounts of dopamine, which all dopamine cares about is right here, right now. Right? I don't want to think about that. Yeah, well, that's down the road, motherfucker. Get away from me before I kick you in the nuts. I'm a girl. Hard to tell, right? You start getting insulting. You start getting mad. You start trying to tell smokers that it's bad for them while they're having one. They're flooded with dopamine. You're going to get insulted. No doubt about it. All right? So, again, at the end of the day here, I talked about short-term versus long-term. You're going to need to take a look at these options. Make sure you're making decisions that you want to make and aren't just making them because you're really excited. This almost feels like you're making decisions in a caffeine rush, right? You drank like 9 Red Bulls and you're making choices. Yeah, that one. You know, that kind of a thing. That's why it comes across like a pro wrestler, you know, a little bit. All right, let's see where we go. I'll tell you what, Mean Gene, right? Remember Mean Gene Okerlund? Remember him? I love that guy. Oh, anyway, 4 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. All right, here we go. All right. Every redneck watching me knows who Mean Gene Okerlund is. The rest of the people are like, Steve, I never watched that. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. When you're in 6th grade and you need to talk about, most of the little towns I grew up in were very redneck. Okay, even the ones in New England, really fucking redneck in the sticks. If you're in 6th grade in one of those little towns and you're a boy, you need to be able to talk about who's wrestling who. Okay, and it was the WWF then. All right, none of this E shit. All right, and I'll tell you what, you need to fucking talk about it. You need to be able to converse. All right. You need to know about Brutus the Barber Beefcake. All right, here we go. Bridging energy, 4 swords and the 6 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. It's a chill, be cool. All right. It's all designed. It's all designed to teach you something. The environmental energy around the bridging energy, around the whole fucking reading, is the Page of Pentacles. All right. At the end of the day here, also an Ace of Pentacles where we looked, but we'll just take that. That's the student. You're not going to learn anything if you're fidgeting in class. I just got done talking about a 6th grader. I've got the student right there. You're not going to learn anything if you're fidgeting in class and you're worried and you think you know everything and yeah, I know. Or, over here you're overly aggressive, cutting things out without looking at the long range. Well, if I tell this person goodbye, I don't like them, I'm just going to get rid of them. Yeah, but they own the house you live in and they're the one giving you the cheap rent. You may not like them, but you need to keep that around. Okay? So chill the fuck out here. All right. Yeah, Mean Gene, I'm going to keep them. Okay, right. But you need to think of that first. You can't just go back after them afterward. All right? So, that's what I'm saying. Be the attentive student. Be the one in honors class here in this energy and you'll be fine. It's wonderful. Everything that's happening in April for you, it looks like, is designed to put you in a better position, a better place. Good. Let it do that. But pay attention to the individual energies I talked about here, okay? All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.